All right, guys, welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I got a special guest with us here today. Coming back to Pure Evil MMA for like the third time now, East Coast's own Jimmie Rivera, who has an upcoming fight with Cruz. Now, Jimmie, last time you were on the show, this was a fight that you were pushing for. This was a fight that you really wanted, but I just heard a recent interview that you were kind of surprised that it happened. Why exactly were you surprised that Sean Shelby set this up?
Well, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised that Cruz took it, and I didn't understand why he took it until I heard him on the MMA Hour. So now I really understood because, it basically left him in a rough patch because he was probably going to wait for a little longer because he wasn't going to get that title shot right away. And, I agree. The boss of the division isn't Cody Garbrandt. It's Sean Shelby. So it was in my benefit. I have nothing against it. I think it was great. And, he didn't get the rematch right away. I assumed that he would rematch Cody Garbrandt right away for the belt, but he said no. And at this time, if you're not going to fight for the belt, then you got to kind of defend your spot. I don't think you deserve a rematch right away if you're not going to take it. You know what I mean? If I was him, I would have took the rematch right away. But everybody's a little different in their opinion, and that's fine. And I was super excited that he took the fight. Shocked that he took it, but now listen to him and speaking why he took it, and I was happy. I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? I can't say anything about it. It's in my favor. It's great.
So the last fight that you had was against Thomas Almeida. There were a lot of people in that fight that weren't sure, what was next for you, whether that was going to steal your a title shot next for Cody and TJ, or what you were going to do. You've beat some of the toughest guys in that division, like Alcantara, that no one wants to fight. You've even said it before. So does this fight, if you beat Cruz, are you sure that you're going to get the title next? Because Dominic doesn't seem too clear on that himself.
Yeah, you really never know. You hope you do, but you're not sure. So I can't really say if I'm going to get it or not. But for, damn sure I'm going to train my ass off and beat someone who's a legend in the division, just like Faber. I beat Faber. And, I'm going to train my ass off and go in there and I want to get my hand raised at the end. And then afterwards, I don't know what's next. I just kind of have to talk to the boss and Sean and see what's going to be next for us.
So what goes into getting ready for somebody like Cruz? Because he's not like anybody else. I mean, he's a true artist when it comes to footwork, and he's got such an awkward style. How do you get ready for somebody like that?
Simple. Have my teammates emulate him and, train my ass off, get the cardio ready, get the gas tank full, and from there come up with some game plans with my coach, and then from there just let's execute it and work. I got a great 3 months of training to start. This training started on Friday, and I'm super excited about it.
Have you ever seen Cruz before in the past? Have you guys ever crossed paths, interacted before?
We did an interview right before the Almeida fight, which I was surprised. He was commentating my fight. He was very fair about it. I had no problem with it. And he said something where like, yeah, Jimmie didn't mention me about fighting, and I kind of laughed about it because I said when we did our interview, it wasn't about me fighting. It was like, listen, this interview is really about you and who you are. People know you're a fighter. People know you're ranked 5, this and that at the time. They want to know, who are you as a person? I explained, listen, I'm an instructor. I own the Tiger Showman School. I teach from 3 years old and all the way up. My passion is teaching. Second is fighting. And the biggest thing I'm here is to help kids build their confidence and adults get in shape. So we talked about that, and that was it. It was a quick combo, and that we were done. And I was very, respectful to him. He was respectful to me, and we got it done quick. So when he said that comment, he's like, oh, he never mentioned about fighting me, this and that. I'm like, we didn't really talk about my fighting career. We talked about my personal life. So it's like, whatever. I'm like, listen, man, you had to know I was going to call you out afterwards. Like, it's either fighting the winner of TJ or Cody, or fighting, TJ if Cody can't fight, or fighting Cruz. And now this is what happened.
So that was such an amazing night, UFC Long Island. Did you stay and watch the fight? Chris Weidman gets the win. I mean, it was an amazing event. Oh,
yeah. I was happy for Weidman to win it, and he definitely needed that win. And, it's awesome. He's from Long Island. I'm a native. I work in the city. I'm from Jersey. So you're always rooting for the home team guy.
So you were just talking about Cruz as commentating. And there's been a lot of UFC fighters out there that, tuning into Dana White's looking for a fight, which I saw one of your teammates was on one of the weeks. What do you think about Snoop Dogg's commentary? Does it offend you? What's your thoughts on that?
No, not at all, because they have someone like Faber who knows the fight game, so they get in that. They actually have two commentators. They have him and they have another. You could switch it to someone else, two other people. So I'm not really offended at all. I actually find it hilarious. You know what I mean? It's a great thing they have. It's very smart business wise. Snoop Dogg's hilarious, but you have Snoop Dogg saying stuff, but then you have Faber talking the facts, and those putting those two together, it's great. I think it's a great thing marketing wise, and I don't think it's disrespectful to all the sport. Now you got someone like Snoop Dogg who doesn't know anything about it. Now he's actually learning about it. He's growing respect to it, and he's understanding it better. And that's the biggest thing. People don't understand mixed martial arts. Don't understand UFC. There's so many times people say, "Oh, you do UFC." I'm like, actually, I don't do UFC. I do mixed martial arts. UFC is a promotion. It's the best promotion out there to fight for. So you need to educate people. Faber's doing that right now with Snoop Dogg. I think it's a great thing. And Snoop Dogg's like, yeah, he's understanding it now. And as you see in the later fights, he's doing a better job understanding more and more and more. And I think it's cool. I think it's a great thing. I don't find it disrespectful at all. And people that do, well, you're right to your opinion, but I think it's great.
Well, with the Ultimate Fighter on season 26 now, which you got to take part in not too long ago, do you think that they might transfer over to Dana White's Looking for a Fight, doing that on Wednesday nights instead of the Ultimate Fighter? Have you been watching the Ultimate Fighter?
I work a lot, so I haven't watched the Ultimate Fighter this season. I watched the last season because it was Cruz and Dillashaw and Cody. But I haven't watched it as much because I honestly just don't have the time. Sometimes I really don't have the time. So TiVo, I watch a little bit on the weekends. I don't know. I mean, they have two great things going on. It was a Contender Series and Ultimate Fighter, and I don't know. I think they're great. I don't think why stop one and do the other. I think doing both of them is a great thing for them, and they people get to really see other people and understand them, and it's great publicity for fighters. And I think it's a great thing to be able to be a part of.
So I have to ask you this, man. What's going on with you and Aljo? I mean, we see what's going down on Twitter. What's up, man? What's gonna happen
Nothing,
here?
man. He wants to fight me really bad, and I think it's funny because I tried to fight him a couple times, and he said no. Now he wants to fight me because I'm doing better than him. That's okay. It's whatever. I don't really care. I don't really entertain. I let my wife was having some fun with it, and I let my wife have fun with it. I don't care. I'm like, does he offend you? No, not at all. He said all this stuff. I'm like, baby. She's like, yeah, this is the most fun. She said this is the most fun I had on Twitter in forever. I'm like, all right, that's fine with me. I don't, words. When you're at my level and you don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks about and whatever the fuck people say, like I don't give a fuck. You can say whatever you want to me. I could care less. All I care about is how I perform that night in the cage when my fight comes up. That's it. You know what I mean? And I stick to my game plan and listen to my coach. That's what's most important to me. Besides that, people say what the fuck they want to say, and I could care less of what they have to say. I was hoping Cruz was going to talk shit, but he was very respectful and nice because I wanted to see what he was going to say so I could enjoy a good laugh. You know what I mean? He said something about me after the fight was Almeida, small boy pants or some shit, and I laughed about it. I thought it was funny. Nothing gets in my head, man. Nothing gets in my head. We're all this. Listen, we both go in the cage the same night, December 30th. He's got 2 arms and 2 legs like me. Bleeds the same color as me. He's just a little bit taller than me. That's it. It's the only difference. So, but nothing bothered me. Aljo can say whatever he wants. I just find it hilarious. You know what I mean? I find it hilarious, and my wife had a good time, so I let her be. You know what I mean? All right, you want to say it? Go ahead. Even my teammate got mad. Why do you get mad, man? Let it be. It's funny. It's funny. I don't acknowledge anything. Anybody said, I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
Well, you know what? Any publicity is good publicity, and Joe Rogan just had Cody and Uriah Faber on, and they couldn't even remember your name. Do you think that was on purpose? Because obviously you're on the radar. You're at the top of the division.
Oh, my God. It was so funny, too, that Cody brought – I mean, I don't think Cody's the brightest person out of all of them. I think he's a little special in his own way, but I think it was funny. And the whole thing was like, Cody, do you like strawberries? He turns around, looks at Faber, and Faber answers the question. That was the whole thing went. So I'm like, man, you can't speak for yourself. You can't articulate, words into sentences and therefore. So I thought it was funny and it was very humorous, and I could care less, man. I mean, if you can't read that there's no I in Rivera, you have a little hard time reading contracts and doing business and stuff like that. So it's okay. It's fine with me. I don't care. They mentioned me. They know who I am. That's all that matters.
So you actually trained with TJ when you did cross training at Rufus about 2 years ago. What have you grown since then? Because it was quite clear. I mean, you can't really judge off sparring videos, but you were piecing them up from what I saw. And TJ has definitely grown since then. You've grown since then. If you guys matched up again for the title, how do you see that one playing out?
Oh, I beat him. He's easy. I'll go in there and, take that head off. I got to train with Rufus Sports. Faber was there and TJ. I got to grapple Faber, and I got to grapple and spar Dillashaw. And I always thought these people were unbelievable. Like, they were so good. Put them on the pedestal, and I got to go with them. Like, it was the best thing ever that I've had in my life, because I realized these people are not that fucking good. You know what I mean? I'm at the same level they're at, and it was cool. It was cool to be a part of it. It was definitely a confidence booster, and I enjoyed it. It was a good time training, and I always love cross training. Listen, I lost to James Bermudez in the Ultimate Fighter. Now he's a good friend of mine. We talk all the time. I get to cross train with him. Cool guy. Love him. Great kid. You know what I mean? It was awesome. So there's always respect the fight, and I respect people. Unless they disrespect me, then I could care less about them, and I won't give them that respect anymore. But once you get in the cage, you know what I mean? I'm not one to trash talk. Once I get in the cage, my trash talking is in my performance, and that's it.
How do you see the fight between TJ and Cody going?
I don't know. Like, Cruz thinks Cody's going to win. I kind of have TJ winning the fight. It should be an interesting fight. I mean, they do have the upside where, well, they both have it. They train so much together, so they both know each other really well. So it should be an interesting fight. And I hope to be there that night and be able to be in the crowd and watch it and see what happens.
So do they have Dominic on reserve just in case somebody gets injured, or are you on reserve? How does that work?
No fucking idea. No idea. I'm not the boss. You got to ask the boss, Sean Shelby.
So how do you see this fight going down? I mean, as we get towards the end of this interview,
I'll be in shape, so if they need me, I'm ready.
Oh, you just cut out for a second, Jim.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? How did you fight?
How do you see this fight going down between you and Dominic? It's a very important question. You don't have to answer it, but of course, there's a lot of people wondering how you see it going down.
I'm definitely see my hand being raised at the end and get in the win. I'm gonna try to knock him out, but he has that tricky footwork, so we got to see what happens. Cody was able to tag him. Cody's a decent boxer, and I'm a good boxer, so it should be interesting to go in there and do it. I also like to go in there. Like, sometimes someone's game plan, but sometimes they change it up a little bit, and it's interesting how they change it up, and you adapt to that. Like, I always adapt, and I fix what I have to. My coaches come in and I do this instead, no problem, I got it. So I'm looking forward to it. My biggest concern is getting my hand raised at the end of the fight, whether it's a knockout, decision, or tap out. That's my biggest goal.
So I got to say congratulations, Jimmie, because I just saw that you were inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame for what exactly? Mixed martial arts?
For a fighter. I think it's like Fighter of the Year or something like that. So it's really cool. Myself and a former teammate of mine and my wife's best friend, Caitlin Shakagan, as well. So we're super excited. It's on December 1st. It's a Hall of Fame dinner, and we're getting inducted as mixed martial arts fighters. And it's really cool to be part of something and, be part of something great like that. And, I can say I got on my resume, I'm a Hall of Fame fighter, too, as well, for New Jersey.
Last question before we let you go. I have to ask, what is the schedule looking like from here on out? I mean, you got all the way until December 30th is UFC 219. So what are you going to be doing between now and then? What does it look like? Are you going to be cross-training somewhere? What are you up to?
Training, working, training. That's it. That's all it is. Running my school, training in the morning, training at night, and just getting ready for this fight. Camp started already on last Friday, and I'm still going with it. And we're going all the way to the end. And that's it. It's just now it's time to work hard and focus on the game plan and be prepared on December 30th. And that's it.
So close your eyes. Imagine you get your hand raised right now. What do you say in front of the audience? Are you calling out TJ? Are you calling out Cody?
Whoever wins the fight, I'm calling them out. That's it. You know what I mean? TJ wins the fight, I'm like, all right, let's go, TJ. One more fight in February, March, let's get it done. Cody, same thing. Whoever wins the fight, I'm calling out. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to go in there and whoop that ass.
Thank you so much, Jimmie, for coming on Pure Evil MMA once again. You know what we like to do here. If you have any sponsors, of course, Reebok, which, is on your head right now. Any shout-outs or anything? The floor is all yours.
Yeah, thanks to Reebok. I mean, I love their fight gear and all that. It's awesome. It's really nice. And thanks to Tiger Fight Gear for all my equipment, getting ready for my fight, and for NutriBio for my supplements and keeping me healthy.
Thank you so much, Jimmie. Best of luck, best of skill, and stay healthy, brother.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
You too. All right, guys, there you go. That was Jimmie Rivera, UFC's number 3 ranked bantamweight. Last time he was on here, he was calling for the Cruz fight and said he will retire Cruz like he did Uriah Faber. What do you guys think is going to happen? Let me know on Twitter at evil_echo. That's EVIL_ECCO. This will be up on iTunes later today, along with the rest of the Pure Evil MMA podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, mymmanews.com. Behave yourselves.